Hey, how much time you got? You've heard that question before. And the fact of the matter is, you don't know. The value of time we're going to discuss. This is the Think Your Reality Podcast, episode 17. Hang on, here we go.
Your destiny is by your design. Getting what you want in your professional life is gained by following a series of steps created by your mindset. Are you ready to start the journey? This is the Think Your Reality Podcast. Here's Mike Sims.
Hey, it's Michael, and as always, I appreciate you allowing me to spend some time with you during your day, and I hope and pray that you're finding some value in these podcasts as they help you get further along in your life's pursuit. So the value of time, how much time you got? How many times have you heard that question? So we don't know how much time we have. So to that end, let's discuss a few things that we can do to help you make better use of it. We've touched on this in the past in a previous podcast about time taken from non-essential activities and reallocating them. I saw a statistic about Facebook and the number of hours a day that videos are watched, and it equates to 100 million hours worldwide of people watching video on Facebook. That equates to 4,166,000 days. Now, that's incredible. That's actually an astonishing statistic. And the fact of the matter is, let's be honest with each other, the large majority of those videos are really not anything other than mindless entertainment, and I hesitate to say it because, truth be told, I've watched one or two in my day. The other one is Netflix. Now, don't get me wrong. My wife and I love to sit down after a long day every now and then, and we'll watch some, most of the time now we're watching documentaries because there is a little bit more value in there. We got to the point where we would laugh at the rom-coms or the romantic comedies because they were as predictable as they could be. So the joke with my wife was we had to determine in the first 5 minutes who was the love interest and how it was going to come together, and 11 times out of 10 we were right. So how much time you got? That's the point. We don't know. I'll share a story with you, and it was a life-changing moment for me. I lost my father at the age of 54 to lung cancer. At the same time that he was battling infertility with that disease, my sister was engaged to be married, and my wife and I were expecting our oldest son. My dad missed my son's birth by 2.5 months. Something like that will have a very profound effect on you. And to that end, I've used my time, I'd like to think, more productively than not. So the question should really be, what are you going to do with the time you have? And I'm not sure why it is, but we do live under the false belief that we have all the time in the world, and we delay giving ourselves our best version of us. I'm not sure why we do that. I'm guilty of it myself. I love that expression when people say, well, I'll get to it. Well, when? I mean, I'm 60 years of age at this recording, and I'm telling you, I was 30 in the blink of an eye ago. If you have all the time in the world, my question then is, why not enjoy more of it being happy and successful professionally now? We really should not postpone joy. There are many times in my life that I wished my dad had the opportunity to see some of the milestones that my kids enjoyed. We don't have all the time in the world. Time is a very precious commodity. And time, tenacity, intent, management, and expectation. Being focused on what you invest your time on, being deliberate in what steps you take daily or even hourly, the management of your time and others' demand for yours, and the expectation that time well spent will bring back a return on your investment. So what would you use as a gauge to move forward to your dreams and aspirations, knowing full well that we're not guaranteed tomorrow? Like, I love that expression or the question, if I had to do it all over again, if you, like most people, would change something, why not do it now? Get the return on your investment now. Remember, I've always said to you, success comes to you, and you get to decide when it shows up. The time spent by you facilitates this. I'd like to think in some way, shape, or form that we can multiply our time. Let's think about it for a minute. What could you do to literally multiply your efforts? You know the answers. They're pretty commonplace. A website, search engine optimization, networking, social media used responsibly, allocate to someone, or the 3Ds, do, delegate, or ditch. Either do that which you believe you are more capable of doing, opposed to giving it to somebody who works for you, delegating, or just get rid of it. If it's not going to serve you any purpose, take it and throw it in the garbage, period. If it's not worth your time, time being a very precious commodity, then discard it. What I'd love to see you do, and I do it now and it works for me, and that's why I share it, is to set the schedule the night before and prioritize your steps. Write them down and leave them in plain sight and use it as if it's a map for your day. You can walk in the door and already your day is set before you. Your time is already better used because you're not taking the first 15 or 20 minutes to figure out what you need to do for that day. And create the space necessary. When I walk in the door in the morning, my desk is set the way I need it to be set. My priorities are in front of me. Your desk is ready to get after your goals the split second you walk in. You've already made better use of your time. And inform those around you not to interrupt. Creating time. I love creating time in different ways, and I'll share with you the ones that have worked for me, and I hope you'll get some value out of them as well. During the commute, like listening to podcasts or audiobooks, turning my email and phone notifications off while I'm working. See, people's need for your time can be a huge waste of your time. And a lot of times all it is gossip and talk, or mindless crap, that really nobody has any value or time for. Block the email addresses and phone numbers from people who want you to join their pity party or the piss and moan club. The cost of either is too high, and there is no return on your investment. You're not getting that time back. Don't lose sight of downtime, which is critical to your mental and physical well-being and maintaining relationships. Affirmations stimulate areas in our minds, and this is physiologically or neurologically been proven. And they can make us more likely to work toward positive changes on the path to our goals. I think that's awesome. You can actually think your reality. These affirmations, when repeated twice daily, train your subconscious mind to accept them as reality and bring about those steps to make them very tangible in your life. Affirmations rid your mind of negative thoughts and talk. They make better use of your time and your energy. So you're creating time, basically. You delete the non-productive thoughts and actions in your life and make better, more productive use of the time you have left. That's the beauty of it. It's the key to your success. I would caution you, please don't confuse busy with productive. If you get to the end of the day and you in your heart of hearts were not as further along to your goal than when the day started, please keep in mind you cannot make a habit out of doing that. Time goes through your hand like sand. You will not fake it and make it. Be very careful of the time you spend and invest, whether it be toward your aspirations or deserved downtime with your family and your friends. We do not know how much we have, so please use it wisely. My name is Mike Sims. This is the Think Your Reality podcast, and I will go to my grave saying it. Have an absolutely awesome day, as I really do believe you deserve nothing less.